I said shut the fuck. You are the yes. Chichi mother of two abandoned them one guy. Chichi left husband in video to buy him.
Shegs, I'm going to have to start with you because we're pretty much insistent that Adekunle was fake. Why did you feel that way?
I went in the house because as a footballer, his career wasn't as successful as he wanted it to be, and decided to okay, let me do something else. He always just focused on the fact that I came from a decent background. He would be like, oh, my guy kicks me out of my house, so me, I'm homeless, but you, in your daddy's house, you have 10 cars. It didn't work, it didn't resonate with me.
I think first day, second day, me and him were close. Why did you think that was a strategy?
Distance or something and just chased him away from the house. And I asked him, what did you do? He didn't do anything. It's not possible. So I didn't think that the story added up, which is why I didn't believe the story.
So that made you not just feel like
it's just normal. And we know how people that is. Everybody's just trying to be top so that they can win the show. And it actually works.
What did you want to say?
For me, I don't have any deep situation with him. I just feel like you can be more honest, and if you care about people, if somebody misconstrues what you say or misunderstands what you say, you can clear it up.
Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Vimati, Vimati, and you're welcome back to the channel. Of course, today it's another exciting day with the Big Brother Naija reunion, day 4. Today it is sizzling hot like this. It is hot like fire. It is hotter than fire because I didn't even know there was this much drama in the Big Brother Naija level up season. Where is all of this coming from? I am shook. Tonight obviously started with the guys. That's Adekunle, Shegs. The whole newsletter thing that started yesterday. They had to finish off with it. Ebuka asked Shegs what really went down, and Shegs had to explain himself. He talked about himself, his life, what it is for him actually. And with Shegs was always trying to play that poor pity person. He's okay, I'm poor, and I think Bella had to come in there too and say most of the people in the house try to come to the Big Brother house and act like they are poor and they are suffering, which is always a strategy and all of that. Bella now. Bella will say things the way it is. She doesn't have time to mice words. So shall end that all off. He came and apologized. He actually didn't mean it for it to come off that way, that he was just trying to say things, and he has gone back to actually read them and see where the old grievances come from, and he's genuinely sorry. I feel like that's the first reunion we had in the Big Brother Naija house where someone actually said sorry. Then we now moved to the madness, because I need to call this madness, the madness of the night, which is the aggravation, the whole back and forth between Rachel, Chumsy, Chichi. It was just madness.
It was Rachel, Chichi, and Fina. Rachel, what brought you guys together?
What brought us together was a conflict.
A common enemy.
Enemy, exactly.
Who was
Shegs and Bella at the time.
Sure.
The right situation. So Chichi came in, dropped her own 2 cents on the issue, and then we just got talking from then about other matters and just laughed around and joked around.
So you guys got very...
Okay, so before we go into that, let me give you a quick backstory. You know how in the Big Brother Naija house, at the end of the day, there will be some people that will come together and gossip, like the gossip gang that we had in Big Brother Titans. Also, we had something like that in the Big Brother Naija level up housemate with Rachel, Chichi, Fina, Chumsy. They'll just come and gossip together. Actually, this one was because there was a day that they all had fights with Bella. Bella was chaotic and problematic in the house in the beginning, and people didn't really understand her, so they came together and started gossiping about her, but they would not admit it, right? So, and you also know the way all this gossip gang used to end up falling out, because they were truly not friends. They were just together just to gossip because they had a common enemy. That was the backstory. Now let's come back to what really happened here.
We were never friends.
So what is she also right in saying that you guys were united because you had a common enemy?
I don't think so.
So what made you guys come together, the 3 of you?
We were in a confined space. and I was just displeased about what happened that day.
The house. She said she would say hi to you and you didn't respond.
Didn't I respond to you? The last time I checked, you
messaged me on WhatsApp that there's this whatever I think painting thing. I was like, okay.
No, you didn't say okay.
Really? Oh wow.
Chumsy, you were there. Did she say okay?
No, she didn't say okay.
So please.
Chumsy, what did she say?
Okay, that day, I and Rachel, we were together, so she was making calls and I was making calls too because she wanted to it was both of us wanted to plan something for the girls. She wanted to call Chichi, but she blocked me. So I couldn't reach her, so she
blocked you before the show ended?
I think after the show.
Okay, we'll get to that.
So Rachel called Chichi, so she was sounding like, she didn't say okay, that she was going to come.
So basically you're saying she's not telling the truth here?
Yes.
Why did you block Chumsy?
Okay. Oh wow, Chumsy. I blocked Chumsy because she actually body shamed me, which wasn't really a problem. That's what ladies do when they feel less of themselves. But the fact that she went about telling every cockaboo is about me and using my late parents, which I didn't even have the opportunity to meet, that I'm using them as a strategy. So I never said anything bad about Chumsy.
No, you did. I saw you. I watched you trying to convince my friend Bella that was bad. Remember?
Or you said something
in the
about
garden.
me.
This conversation
me. Talk ill about my late parents.
You
said so many
yes, because you are using them as a strategy. Really? Bella just say something and then all of a sudden you're saying because your parents are dead. How does you people fight involved? You are trying to. You are always trying to. You are an orphan.
I was vulnerable and I told you about it. I even told you something I've never really told someone.
If you're telling me something is not told somebody else in a reality TV show, are you telling just me or you are talking to me?
You think of it as a reality TV show. So because it's a reality TV show,
like you're telling me a secret on a live show.
Okay, so you went to the reality TV show to be fake and not even you dropped your feelings at home. Girl, come off it. Please, calm your nerves. This place you're about to stay. If I stay it up, it will choke you. You are trying so hard. You are trying so hard. I'm not talking to you.
No, we are all in this conversation. I'm so sorry.
Relax.
How many things? You're telling somebody to admit something. How many things have you particularly admitted?
Angry auntie, shut the fuck up. You have never angry auntie.
Hey, Bella.
Angry auntie, shut up. I don't have tissues to wipe your.
Hey. Hello.
Nonsense.
Modella, let you flash Modella.
I just want to know, who are the comedians?
Exactly. Because she did not say comedians, she said comedians.
She knows exactly what I'm speaking of.
I don't know. You tell me, please. You said comedians, so you need to mention them. What I said, I mentioned name. So you mentioned names too.
I did. I just mentioned names.
You didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Hey, yeah.
This only goes back to confirm what I said in the house that you are a liar.
Yeah.
Because now you have said something. Everybody is seated here waiting for you to confirm what you said, and you are not able to do that. So why would you say such a thing in the first place?
I'm sipping it.
First of all, you can tell that all of them were just ganging up against Chichi, and I'm here wondering like why? What in God's name did this girl do to you? Chichi was trying to explain to Chumsy like, you didn't have to mention my parents, you didn't have to mention my dead parents, and Chumsy was like, you came to the show to come and tell me about your dead parents and all of that. Do you think you were telling only me? First of all, I find that like my body was boiling when I heard her say things like that. I mean, I agree with Chichi that even if it is a show, it does not mean you left yourself at home. Most of the things that you say at a reality TV show is actually what you really are. It doesn't matter if 1 billion people are hearing that. You all signed up for that. And the fact that this explanation is now used against you, it's a problem. Where you say something in the house and the person flips it over and uses it against you. This is a typical example of that. And I like the fact that Ebuka was trying to end it all there because it was going to get messy. We're talking about someone's dead parent here, and you have no regard for that because you are trying to make a silly point. That's one thing Chumsy did tonight I didn't like. Another thing Chumsy did tonight I didn't like. I just don't know why I don't like the girls tonight. I'm sorry for whoever. I'm sorry but not sorry. Okay. Another thing Chumsy did tonight I actually did not like. If you and a girl, I feel like most girls actually do this too. You and someone is having a conversation. Can you have a conversation without trying to insult them or trying to insult them based on the things you know about them, or trying to use something that you know that hurts them to come for them or insult them? You know, that part where Chumsy say, you that had feelings, what about, where is Deji? Like, that is disrespectful on so many levels. That is the most disrespectful thing I have seen. And anything Chichi says from there, even if Chichi has said she's sleeping with somebody's father, of course Chichi is also trying to stand up for herself. Okay, because when Chumsy came and started saying all those things, you don't expect Chichi to sit down, fold her leg and say, oh, keep it coming. Of course, girl is going to fight for herself. And girl dropped the bombshell and said, what about you that is sleeping with all the comedians and you guys are expecting her to mention name? Anyway, I wouldn't have minded if she had mentioned names. Actually, the gang up was just crazy. It was with Rachel too. Like, while Chumsy and Chichi were trying to fight it out, Rachel was just there trying to pour more fire. You understand? As to, oh, you lied, you did this, you did, I tried to reach out to you, you didn't. I mean, girl, let them air out their opinion. Let everybody talk. It's going to be your turn. You know, at some points, I didn't even get to hear anything because it looks like children fighting, like literal 5-year-old kids fighting. Another person that I was totally disappointed in tonight, extremely disappointed in, even though I am slightly a fan of her, is Fina. Like, in as much as I'm trying my best every single day to always defend her when she talks like that, tonight's own was another night where it was just utterly disgusting to watch. I am so sorry, but I was disgusted watching that.
Telling you, if you put Phyna up with four other guys, she will go home. And when I saw that, I was genuinely heartbroken.
My mom! My mom, how are you?
Excuse me,
My
silicone. The way you are claiming my silicone in your nyash and your breast, you have it in your breast. So you show me
the house that you want to do. I said, show the court. You are the yes. She's silicone breast. She's mother of two, abandoned them one guy. She's left husband in video of Pagini. On live show, I was like, what the then I even left from the room to the bathroom. You ever beg for one name? Really? Hold it. Yeah, okay. Shut up.
Sometimes myself and Chichi, we spoke a couple of times, and all of a sudden Chichi stopped talking to me. I didn't know what the matter was. Sometimes I expect you to tell me when something is not right, because
you're saying she stopped talking to you?
Yes, probably. I'm not good. I'm not big on malice, honestly. I am not big on malice at all. I wanted to approach her, but you go see Chichi, but all the person like shit. I say, oh, so I go do no more tabo. I mind my business. I was it to Ebuka.
Okay, so Chichi now, where did the fallout happen? I want to be clear. So why did you stop talking to her? If that is
I
true.
never stopped talking to her. If you guys really watched the show, I really genuinely liked. There were times that we had our misunderstandings. It's bound to happen in friendships, relationships, and whatever.
Yeah.
But we came back. In as much as nobody really understood, because I'm a complicated person, you need to be patient with me to understand me. I came out from the house when I started seeing clips of she can do anything for money. She's a stripper. Even when Deji came to their level, the first thing you climbed Deji and was saying, do you know she's a stripper? I've told you on lockdown, you said you did not allow level 2 people to get to know me. That's my pain. Even if I'm this, I am that. Let them meet me. Let them meet that devil and decide for themselves if they want to stick to this devil or not. But no, she can do. And then she went about telling people on the show that I'm desperate to win the war. Did I go there to look at the television? Did I go there to be sleeping? Of course I'm desperate. Well, you're not desperate, girl. Of course I'm desperate to win the money. Saying I'm a stripper. I already told the whole world I'm a stripper. Something I'm not ashamed of.
Did
so
you stop talking to her?
And she was saying things that did not happen during the lockdown.
Okay.
She was drunk on the lockdown. Like, there are many things that actually happened because she bought a drink.
So you didn't say that?
Yes, you did. Didn't you buy drink?
Bro,
on lockdown.
Guinness, my favorite.
Guinness to this.
I bought you a bottle of Guinness.
For your
I don't have anything to say. Shut up, please. I'm a liar. I'm a chionu. Put 2,000 naira silicone in your brain. You will not allow human beings to talk. Like, what the? Who do you think you are?
When you were
I this way. Everybody already know Fina is loud, Fina is round, and I don't give a damn. I won the show. Even with your own strategy of my mad die, my bad die, even if you damn, I say you lose 1.5
happening. And now because of privilege, you even carry reach Fina. If not, if you say that by mistake, we are mistake win. You, how many of your fan days? 2%. And now Kuara, this girl, just make sure you get.
It was time for Fina to also talk to Chichi, and Fina brought all hell loose about how it was a stripper, how she's sleeping around, I've said this earlier and I'm going to say it again. If you have problem with someone, if you are talking with someone and you guys want to settle something out, leave their past out of it, leave what you know about them out of it, and iron out what is happening at the moment. You understand? She's like, oh, shut up, oh, it's okay, oh. Like, in my mind, I'm like, does Fina think she's better than this girl? Forget the fact that you won 50 million, 60 million, or whatever the prize was. Forget the fact that you won it. But Fina was out there talking like she's better. Who does not know Fina's story? The fact that she's safe, she no get sense. Actually, I'm sorry to say, I might be a fan of somebody, but sometimes when you act senseless, I can still tell you that you act senseless and we'll continue the fandom later. That part, she was very senseless in the way she was saying it. I totally would disagree. Okay, with the way she was saying it. She came and Chichi was still there trying to say her own bit, like, okay, she was trying to actually defend herself. Everything Chichi did tonight was literally defend herself. I would not say Chichi does not have problem. Obviously, she must have stepped on toes. But if grown women are going to iron things out, they need to be able to iron things out without bringing in your past or bringing in your pain into it. It's just like you and somebody is having a rift now. You're like, oh, your wig is cheap. Oh, your hair is cheap. I mean, nobody's talking about the wig hair. Nobody's talking about the hair. Can you just focus on what is happening at the moment? Yeah. So, like tonight, like I just watched with mixed feelings, like slight disappointment, slight, cringe. At some point it got a little bit cringy, especially when Fina was shouting. Like, I need Fina especially, I need her to know that sometimes the fact that your voice is louder does not mean you are right. You can still be shouting and be loud and still sound dumb, like extremely dumb. So the fact that your voice covers every other person's voice, and the fact that you can overpower somebody else with your loudness, with your louseness, does not mean you are right. Okay, now I stand to be corrected. I might be wrong, you might have different opinion. You don't have to like my opinion, which is totally fine. Like, that is why you have the opportunity to air your opinion down in the comment section. It's always welcome. It's a free word. Say what you feel like. Okay, and I am here to accept it. Just don't be disrespectful. Away from all of my grievances and my pain and all the things that triggered me, because at some point I would not lie, I was triggered. Away from all of that, the reunion is a banger again tonight, like extreme banger. See, banger from, in fact, I just don't want this reunion to end. Let them just do the reunion to the end of the year. Guys, as usual, these are my most amazing comments for the night. This amazing person drops this comment. I have told you guys I'm going to be putting your beautiful comments somewhere in my video, just to appreciate you and say thank you for the amazing comments, especially comments that are directed to me. Ooh, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Please don't forget to keep coming back to watch more videos, and I love you guys. Mwah.